Imagine for a second. What if the world ended tomorrow? Cities would empty, electricity would disappear, the civilization humanity built over thousands of years would simply cause to exist. And strangely, while we fear imagining such scenarios, we love watching them in movies. We are fascinated as we watch humanity try to survive a global catastrophe in Greenland, how the world completely changes after a global flood in Waterworld, or how humanity slowly sinks into despair in Children of Men. But why are stories about the end of the world so compelling? Why do we keep returning to watch civilizations fall and humanity teeter on the brink of extinction? Perhaps it is not just about spectacular disaster. Perhaps the apocalypse in cinema is a way to understand who we really are when all the rules disappear. Early film about the end of the world. Apocalyptic films started appearing almost from the beginning of cinema in the early 20th century. One of the earliest examples is The End of the World, directed by August Blom. In this silent film, the Earth is threatened by a comet approaching the planet, and people begin to panic as they realize the world might end. This is one of the first instances where cinema showed a global catastrophe threatening all of humanity. Development after World War II. The real boom of apocalyptic films began after World War II and the dawn of the nuclear age. People started fearing nuclear war, and cinema began reflecting these fears. Examples: On the Beach, a story about the world after a nuclear war. The day the Earth caught fire, a catastrophe that changes the Earth's orbit. During this period, apocalyptic films were often linked to fear of nuclear weapons. Popularity in the 1970s and 1980s. In the 70s and 80s, more post-apocalyptic stories appeared showing the world after a catastrophe. One of the most famous examples is Mad Max. This film showed a brutal world after the collapse of civilization and essentially shaped the post-apocalyptic aesthetic still used today. Modern apocalyptic films. These final hours. In this film, the Earth is already practically destroyed. An asteroid has struck another part of the planet and a giant wave of fire gradually approaches Australia. People know that in just a few hours the world will end, and each person decides how to spend their last day. The film focused more on emotions and the moral choice people make before the inevitable end. Snowpiercer. After a failed experiment to stop global warming, Earth became a frozen wasteland. The last survivors live in a massive train constantly circling the globe. The train has a strict social system. Poor people live in the tail section, the rich in the front cars. The film shows social inequality even after the end of the world. The Road. One of the blackest post-apocalyptic stories. The world is destroyed by an unknown catastrophe. Vegetarian is almost gone. Animals are extinct. People have become cruel and often resort to cannibalism. The story follows a father and son traveling through the wasteland in search of a safe place. The main theme is hope and humanity in a world where almost everything is lost. Types of apocalypses and of the world scenarios. Zombie apocalypse, nuclear, technological apocalypse, pandemics and biological disaster, natural and ecological disaster, technological apocalypse, cosmic and astronomical disaster, social and political apocalypses. What apocalyptic films teach us? Survival and adaptation. The apocalypse shows that survival is possible only through quick adaptation and acceptance of new conditions. The value of cooperation and trust. In the world after catastrophe, no one can survive alone. People must rely on each other. A strong message about responsibility. Apocalyptic films show the consequences of human decisions and remind us of our responsibility for the world around us. The value of life and hope. The apocalypse make us reflect on the value of each moment and the importance of future generations. Moral and ethical lessons. The final catastrophe tests human values, altruism, morality, and sacrifice for others. Why we enjoy apocalyptic films. Adrenaline and tensions. 28 days later, we enjoy it because events happen on the edge of survival, heroes are constantly in danger, and it creates intense excitement. Humor amid chaos. This is the end. We enjoy it because the apocalypse is so commercially. We can laugh even in chaotic, catastrophic situations. Epic scale and spectacle. 2012. We enjoy it because the apocalypse show global disaster, massive destruction, and spectacular scenes impossible in real life. Philosophy and deep questions. The Matrix. We enjoy it because the apocalypse raises questions about reality, choice, and the meaning of a life even in a fictional world. Optimism and hope, love and monsters. We enjoy it because even after catastrophe, it shows that love, friendship, and shared goals are possible, inspiring hope. And that brings our journey through the world of apocalyptic cinema to an end. I hope you enjoyed exploring why we are so fascinated by the end of the world in movies and why it makes this story so compelling. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave a comment which apocalypse or end of the world movies is your favorite. See you in the next video where we continue exploring the most fascinating aspects of cinema.